It still shocks you, doesn't it, when you look outside at this time of day and it's just so dark. And if, like me, you were up early, you got up and you went to work in the dark and then you come back and it's still dark. It can be hard at this time of day. Just to stay positive, even though we're supposed to be full of joy for the festive season. I've got some help, actually, with dealing with all of this. So, you know, the fact that Christmas is lovely but can bring with it an awful lot of stress. Well, Dr Lindsay Browning says actually getting a bit of rest and putting some principles in place to get through this period is essential. So let's talk about mindfulness. Lindsay, welcome.
Hello, hi.
I wonder if you can explain what we mean by mindfulness in the first place.
Sure. So mindfulness is really about taking a moment to be in the moment. So it's so often we are too busy. We are constantly doing our to-do list, especially at this busy time of year. We're racing around, seeing people, wrapping presents, doing all the last minute things before Christmas. And we never have a moment to our own mind. So being mindful means just taking a moment and letting yourself stop to be still and to just be present in what's happening right now, rather than thinking about the million things you have to do later today and all the things you haven't done yet. And it's so important to let our mind just be still for for us to be calmer, to be less anxious, and also to enjoy the festive season. Because if you're never in the moment, enjoying right now, you're never going to really be present to enjoy the beautiful Christmas tree that you've just spent all day making.
If you struggle with like switching everything off and focusing in on one thing, are there any kind of practical things that you do to get yourself there?
Yeah, so being mindful, mindfulness meditation, you can listen to a guided meditation, for example, if you find being still difficult, or you can just take yourself out for a walk in nature. This is a really great way of being mindful, just going into a nice forest or in a park and just thinking about, well, what can I smell right now? What can I see? What can I hear? If we use our senses, that really helps to anchor us in the moment, which helps us to feel so much calmer, helps to relax our busy mind, because we're not then worrying about all the things we still have to do, because we're just appreciating right now. And if we have some time to let our mind just be in the moment, we'll feel calmer. It'll help lower our cortisol, which is our stress hormone. And then when we go to bed at night, our mind won't be so racing about things, because we've actually taken some time to be still and let our mind just be during the day, rather than filling our time with just a million to-do lists, which is just adds to that stress and anxiety.
On the subject of sleep, it's often a time of year where your normal routine is out. So, for example, tomorrow night, I will be going to meet up with some friends and then I'll be up early the following day. And this can go on in the week or the weekday. You might have people around and so your normal routine is different. What can you do then in that scenario to try and get the best sleep possible, given the fact that things are so different?
Yeah. So the reality is we can't have brilliant, 7, 8, 9 hours sleep every single night. If we've got those office parties to go to, we're up early to do certain things. So just to accept that, okay, yes, for the next few weeks, I may not get the best sleep of my life, but that's because I'm filling my day with fun and with enjoyable memories. And that's okay, because we can survive on less sleep in the short term. It's not the end of the world. But what's really important is to do something before you go to bed that helps you to relax a little bit. Because if you've been doing a million things and then you finish wrapping that last present, you jump into bed and think, oh my goodness, I have to fall asleep immediately, otherwise I won't get enough sleep tonight. That sort of pressure you're putting on yourself means you're never going to fall asleep. So give yourself a little bit of time just before getting into bed to calm down, to wind down. And that might be different for you. It might mean reading a bit of a book for a while. It might mean listening to a bit of music, doing some gentle stretching, just something just before bed to help your mind ease from that busy transition of during the day to nighttime sleep, but also reminding yourself, if you don't get a great night's sleep, it's not the end of the world. Christmas is only once a year, and let's look at the positives, that we're having lots of fun, rather than the negatives of, okay, I didn't get my 8 hours sleep tonight.
Just finally, what effect does eating a lot have on our sleep? Because you might just be having a few more calories around this time.
Yes, so obviously Santa, he's having a lot of mince pies on Christmas Eve, and if we eat a lot of rich food right before sleep, it is going to make it more difficult to fall asleep. So eating fatty things, spicy things, heavy, like a mince pie right before bed, it can sit in our stomach, give us indigestion, make falling asleep a little bit harder. So try not to have anything too heavy, too big, close to bedtime. Try and have that late evening meal a bit earlier in the night if possible. And alcohol is really the biggest problem. And I know it's Christmas, we all want to have a nice, fun glass of champagne, but alcohol really affects sleep. So if you're worried about your sleep, if your sleep's really not good at the moment, then maybe try and have an alcoholic drink and then a non-alcoholic drink and sort of space them out so you're not having just alcohol, and try and give yourself a break between that last alcoholic drink and going to bed so that there won't be as much alcohol in your system, sort of disrupting your sleep at night. But it's one time of the year. It's not the end of the world. If you've just had an evening filled with fun champagne and late night snacks, you might not fall asleep as easily. It's just one night. It's not the end of the world.
Have a little bit of perspective. You'll be okay. Now, Lindsay, I see you've got a very busy Christmas coming. How many people are coming round?
17. A lot. Yeah, busy. I'm excited though. It should be really good.
Oh my goodness. How do you serve up 17 people? That's got to be tricky.
I got a bit of help. My sister is bringing some, all the potatoes. Someone else is bringing the sprouts. So it's a bit of all pulling together to do our bit. But yeah, Christmas is all about fitting people in. Obviously, 17 people in a house isn't normal, so everyone just squishes in, and it's just fun. It's just one day of the year to be together and to enjoy each other's company. So it doesn't have to be perfect.
When it comes, enjoy it. It's always a joy to chat with you. Dr Lindsay Browning with us, a sleep expert there, chatting about mindfulness